So, apparently aliens are real now. We're gonna do a reading on this situation. I really just want to know what the heck is going on. Are all my read? Is it all upright? Hold on, let me shuffle this shit. But I just want to know what's going on because it's like, is this for real? What's the energy of this situation? What was the energy of the hearing? That's really what I want to ask. We have the Knight is in reverse. Be brave and honest. Why is honesty in reverse? Snake, shedding old skin. Snake is also like kind of manipulative energy. The sun is in reverse. Something is not illuminated, so something is in the dark. I mean, if I'm being honest, right off the bat, that feels shady. Which is like, it's the government. I mean, okay. I really just want to know what the energy of that hearing was. Was it for real? Was it not? Was it a distraction? A time of beauty and passion. Things are being illuminated or brought to light. This is also a moon, which is like often lies, deceit, deception. Miss the target. Try later. Be together, not too late. Okay. So this is the second time I'm trying to film this because someone was disrupting me earlier. But one of the cards that came up earlier was the Lover's card. And so that was like an agreement between two people. So that could be a contract in place or like a plan essentially being made. It's like, I'm not going to get this right. If it's lopsided, sorry, deal with it. But basically, this is appearing like a distraction if I'm being honest. Because the Knight card is literally in reverse. This is someone who is not being honest. I'm asking about the energy of the hearing. Like, is it a lie? Is it the truth? What's going on? Shedding old skin. This is like shedding. Like, I kind of see that motion of shedding, but I'm seeing someone being like pushing things away. So like pushing feelings away, pushing people's suspicions away, pushing the news cycle away. The sun is in reverse again. Something is in the dark. The moon is here. That's literally like a lie in tarot, or mystery, secrets. Miss the target. This is something like the miss the target card. This reminds me of like there's something we were supposed to do around the time that we didn't do. And it may relate to a contract. I know some people were floating around Hunter Biden's name, and I probably should have done research. I did not. Comment below what was happening there because I don't know. Sorry. But is there something that they were trying to push away in the news where it was maybe supposed to be about someone's contract? This appeared. Someone will surprise you. Yeah, something that was a surprise that was in the news. The Nine of Pentacles appeared at the bottom as well. So that's like someone not alone, so someone being dependent on other people. Again, I don't know what's going on in that situation with Hunter Biden, and I don't know that it's necessarily what is being talked about here, but this feels like shifting focus from one person to another, or one news cycle, one situation to another. So already it's appearing like the whole hearing process is kind of done on purpose, like kind of a sham, essentially. So I did, oh, well, I wanted to ask, do they really have aliens in the government? So someone asked this in a better phrased question than me. Let me actually read the question. During the meeting, they said they found non-human biologics. Does this mean they found actual aliens? So, okay. What did they mean? Scrap. I heard scrap metal, but I'm hearing scrap, but I'm seeing like tenderized meat. Sorry, that's so graphic. So I do feel like a part of it is like things that were mush. So they don't necessarily have to be aliens. However, the Stargazer card is here. The Mirror Guardian, set your sights higher. The Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Okay. It doesn't reflect. It doesn't look human. The She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Hold on. What did they find? I'm sorry if this reading's a little chaotic. All of my readings are going to be chaotic. But especially this one because I'm trying not to take it so seriously because I feel like I don't know what the heck is going on. And if you're too in your mind when you do a reading, you overthink everything. So The stargazer is often my signal for like anything that is from the stars, star seeds, whatever they say. But to me, that's like non-humans. However, the stargazer, not the star person, that's often like someone, this is a spy. This is reminding me of like a spy. Someone that's looking, someone that's spying on another person. That's the non-human biologics. What did they find? Knight of Pentacles, that's consistency. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. This is animal. Animal. And then this is like an attack. Again, so what I heard was like scrap. So when I hear the word scrap, it makes me think of like remains or collateral damage. I'm gonna use the wrong words, but like things that are like tenderized meat. I can't freaking describe it anything else or other than that. So it could be remains of something. That's like non-human biologics as to what I'm seeing. And a lot of these are like animal symbolisms. Again, there's a bit of the stargazer here, but this would be someone looking through a telescope and not necessarily from another planet. Let me get some more cards. Knight of Pentacles, that's Earth. Oh, that's Earth. Sorry, guys. That's Earth. Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign. Am I reading this wrong? The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. That's a misfortune or a missed opportunity. Remember we said missed the target? It's like if something was shot that wasn't supposed to be and it was unrecognizable from human remains, well, then that's non-human. We don't know what it is. It's unidentifiable. And I mean, if I'm being honest, the way that this card is, this is really spy. This is a spy card. That's like someone literally looking through a telescope or like binoculars or some shit. Sorry, I don't give an F right now. And if I'm gonna be swearing a lot, it's because I'm in this energy. And I will tell you guys a little bit about my own experiences in a little bit. Welcome back. Sorry, I couldn't see the time. I have a thing after this, and I'm trying to understand what's going on. Sorry, this is super chaotic and unprofessional, but that's how you're gonna do it. Can I tell you though? Okay, I have had my own experiences with channeling extraterrestrials, with friends. Okay, because I have my psychic friends also, and we try things together, and this is the exact same energy I get when I'm starting to get in that vibe of like channeling higher beings, aka spirit guides, angels, aliens sometimes, fairies, whatever. Like when I'm in that vibe of like I feel high and I'm like acting that way and I don't give an F. That's when I know I'm in that energy, because I'm thinking less and I can literally feel my anxiety lift up. When I record these readings, I'm often very anxious and I try not to be, but this is like I feel high. I feel like my brain's very floaty. And that's often the energy I get when I'm in that space. It doesn't mean every single time you're in that energy that you're, channeling these beings, but it does mean that that's the kind of energy that's most ideal if you want to be channeling messages from that. We have a few more questions about that. Let me get back on track because I'm sure you guys are like, what the heck is going on? It's going to be chaotic, okay? All right, let's go back. So what did they find? And they talk about this. Is the government in possession of any alien kind of biologics or alien bodies? We're talking bodies specifically, okay? Because that is something they mentioned. Arrow reverse. Surround yourself with protective energy. So protection is in reverse, not protected. Traveler. Okay. Shapeshifter. Not of the earth. Empress. Empress is mother, though. That could be a feminine energy. Not of the earth. Here we go. That's a couple. This is 2 or 3. I've always seen Empress, though, as like motherland. That's often like mother nation, mother country. But I'm drawn to this too. So, okay, I'm not going to give a yes or a no because we don't know, right? My speculation, based on the cards, is that they've definitely had some form of an encounter with a traveler. or something that is not of this earth. Do they necessarily have the body? I'm not sure. They could have a part of something. The arrow is reminding me of materials. And I was saying scrap, right? Scrap metal or scrap materials. They could have something that is from a non earth connected ship or something like that. I would say, if anything, this is the thing I feel the most comfort with, which is like, if they have something, it would be non earth or like non American metal. So that could also, again, mean spies. But the traveler card really makes me feel, again, not of this earth. We have four suits, right? You have seen this so far. This is how they're communicating to me. Because again, I've never done a reading like this. And I'm always asking my guides, okay, you need to show me what it literally is, like when it's not from this earth. The Four of Wands in reverse, that's like out of your comfort zone, not at home, not from home. That's non-earth for me. And it's like both earth signs. And it could have been anything else. It could have been fire, it could have been whatever, which it's not. So I do feel like they have something. I don't exactly know what that is, but they do have something. The Moon card is in reverse. Unleash the wild within. Something that may not be. This is like the feeling I get out of this, something they couldn't understand. This card makes me think of, how like in the past, or I guess until now, that's why they don't want to share very directly whether aliens are real or not, right? Like that's our theory, which is people don't want to share that because when we don't know something, we want to hold it captive, which is a sick thing for us humans to do, but we do it. So the wolf, right? This is reminding me of something that's like it cannot be domesticated. So if they do have something, it's like it would be in a cage for sure. It would be somewhere. But I don't know that they actually have something. Hold on. Let me. Ace of Wands, Return of the Old. Page of Cups, emotional connection. This would be something that is not alive anymore, if anything. Or something from the past. Page of Cups, water, emotional connection. I don't know. I'm a little lost with this one. So my question was, do they have something trapped? It wouldn't be trapped so much. Like it's not alive, if anything. So again, it's possible. And I was saying it might not even be a whole thing. It could be parts, especially with this one, the shapeshifter card. And I'm going to tell you, okay, not all of it is real. And that's why we're not getting a clear yes or a no. Not all of it is real because some of it is carcass. Like, okay, thank you. That's the word. Some of it is like carcass energy. Like, you feel me? Like, oh, we were in a ship, let's say a plane. We were in a plane and we bumped against a bird and we were like, what the heck was that? Is that an alien? It looks unrecognizable because we bumped into it at like a high speed. So there must be other things that are there that are actually just not non-human or non-earth related or I can't think of a word. But there are also other things that would be possibly not of this earth, and especially metals. Like, but it doesn't feel like the whole thing. Like it feels like scrap metals again. Okay, let's go to the other question. Let me see what's going on. So yes and no. I would say yes and no. I do have a question that I'm curious about because I don't know if this is real, but I know that I was seeing one of those clips from like TikTok of like, oh, do humans have a contract with like aliens? Does the government have a contract with aliens? I'm sorry. Okay, third party. Okay, well, that looks like a clear yes. I'm sorry. This is a little funny to be doing these things. Okay, take a chill pill. Okay, we're here on this page to have fun, but this looks like a clear yes. This is like third party, right? Someone else mediating. The emperor is usually countries. That's the king. The Two of Pentacles is a business exchange. So possibly, yeah. They could have some form of a contract. Page of Pentacles, ship, trip, travel. Yeah, it could have something to do with that. Like they could have some form. You know what I heard? Safe travel, safe destination. Yeah. So it's possible there is some form of a contract or an understanding. I did see government here. What else can we know about that? Hold on. It's not always being followed though. But I'm seeing the Queen of Cups, and this is reminding me of water, or motherland. Sometimes we don't follow through, which is like pretty obvious. The world is in reverse. Yep. Oh my God, we had a contract about environmental stuff. We are not following through with some. We had an agreement with them about something environmentally related and taking care of our environment and especially efforts. I heard nuclear, and I feel like I heard war zone. It's not being followed though. Yep, not getting what they want. This is justice. We had an agreement. We had an agreement. You're not giving me what I want, and now we will have to take things. But I don't see it as evil, okay? Like if you guys are freaked out or whatever, I don't see that. By the way, non-earth energy, especially, again, believe what you want. I'm not going to try to convince you, but especially my experience with them has always been a bit detached, but not, interestingly enough, not sociopathic, just like detached. Like not that they are like will hurt you. It's more like just detached, you know? King of Wands, it's attachment again, detachment again. You didn't follow through with our plan. You were lying. Yep, see, all about plans. The star is in reverse. You can't trust us anymore. Why is there something about the sky? You know what? I can't stop thinking about the ozone layer on the sky. And like, but I want to say something about clear skies, clear passage. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. I don't care. But here's what I see, okay? What I'm seeing is if there is something out there that they might sometimes take trips to get things here, like materials, like I'm not necessarily humans, because we were seeing there's a trade. I don't necessarily know that it's humans. I think if anything, it might be materials. But I know we haven't been following through on things, and especially because we haven't been taking care of our environment. Like Judgment card is here. Yep, it's facing judgment, end of a contract, moving forward. Can't save you now. Job issues, things are not going to work. All I know is that they can't stop talking about environment. Yep, all about family. So things are about to get, like, I mean, should I say that? I'll say it. Things are about to get really uncomfortable for us if we don't work on things right now. The environment is really their main concern. If the way I believe it, I am channeling things from non-earth beings. Don't come at me. Just leave my page if you don't want to hear it. But that's how I see it. And it feels like there is some form of an agreement with some people. Now, does it necessarily mean that they came here, they met face to face? Not necessarily, because I do believe that they don't necessarily have to come here, and that, okay, I think it's time to start telling a story. When we were channeling messages, my friend and I, one of the things they mentioned was that you might not necessarily see us because it's like a mirror dimension. And I don't know if this is true about all beings, but this was something we got when we were channeling non-earth beings, which is like we're mirrored. Like that's how she described it. I did not prod or anything. We were just asking about, where do you live? Like, can we see you or whatever? But like, it felt like they were face to face. Like that's how they were saying it, like a mirror. So it's like we can see you, but you can't see us. that kind of situation. So, and then it's possible that sometimes, should I say that? I'm not gonna say that. But that's what I was getting, right? Essentially a mirror. And so I don't know. I don't know how this all works. I'm not gonna claim to know. All I know is that from the cards, from what I'm seeing here, it seems like there is some form of a contract that was struck. It also seems like the hearing itself was a form of a disruption, right? And it feels like there's a contract that we're not following through that has to do with the environment and taking care of it. Is it like because they want to take over or whatever? I don't get that feeling. The feeling I'm getting is like we had an agreement. We were like, y'all got to take care of your shit, but you're not doing it. So, you know, there's a relationship that is not so good with it right now. But I don't see it as like war. It's more like, okay, well, you're on your own. We got to go now. We can't take care of this all the time. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Are the channelings from the Galactic Federation truth or truth bent or distorted? Okay. Stand your ground. The mountains is in reverse. Standing your ground. This is like lack of confidence. The drum, dream and journey. Dream. Okay. Star ancestor. But it's in reverse though. So it may not be that. Okay. So, let's see. Rejection, failure, lack of confidence. Three of Wands is in reverse. Okay. I'm going to ask it this way. Is the Galactic Federation a real thing? Because so far I'm seeing like maybe not, but it's weird. There's something with it. I mean, trust your instincts is in reversed. In reverse. So the person's question was, are channelings from the Galactic Federation truth or truth bent slash distorted? So this is actually making me think that there are some truths and non-truths to it. So how I would describe this is because I know a lot of people have something to say about this, right? How I would describe this is be careful to who you listen to, okay? Because sometimes, okay, as a medium, what happens is sometimes we'll see things and people sometimes take it literally when it should be figuratively. So you follow me? Like, for example, sometimes a fairy can be a symbol for inner child healing. An alien can someone literally be feeling out of their comfort zone, right? So I would just be careful with who we're channeling from or like what they're saying. It doesn't mean it's not true necessarily. Like you said, it may be truth bent or truth distorted, but it's more so maybe up to interpretation because that's why I'm seeing like lack of confidence. Even the Queen of Wands is here, right? I'm not gonna say that, should I? This is like a significant female. You know, like I would just be careful with who we listen to because there's a rejection and failure here. There's healing of wounds. This is like the bed. This is the channeling session. I don't know if you've seen some of those. Some of them probably do it in bed, right, when they're sleeping. I think that it's very interesting because again, when we channeled things, right, and we weren't expecting anything either. We were like playing around. What we did, and I'm very skeptical myself, and we were experimental about it. We channeled some messages. I tested it on my friend who was the medium, who wasn't into researching this stuff, but was interested in this subject. And she gave me information that over the next few days started to validate itself. So that was interesting because it validated itself, as in other people like Dolores Cannon, etc., started to say the same things that I was like, hold on. That's the information we got in like the reading, like when we tried to channel things, like that's exactly what we got. So I think there are some truths to it, but I think it's also good to come together, I guess, or like to always compare sources. And whenever you see things that are like, okay, that's pretty consistent, perhaps there's more truth to that. And whenever there are things that are like, okay, that doesn't sit right for me, It feels like it's striking fear on purpose, or it doesn't sit right with you. Your intuition is going off. Follow or trust your instincts, okay? Because I am getting both the stars here. So we're definitely talking about alien stuff, right? This is very obvious here. But the Three of Wands is in reverse. This is non-intervention. Thanks. Okay, they always do this because in every single reading, when we ask, so are you really an alien? Because we're like, should I believe you? And they don't answer us. And they never do, okay? Ever. Whatever kind of like otherworldly. I don't know if you'll get this from other people, but from my experience, which is only my experience, click off my page if you don't believe it. I don't really care. But like in my experience, they don't answer you directly. They're not like yes or no. They're just like they say something really wise or they want to switch to a different topic and they're like, what a silly question, And it's like, you know? Um, and when I noticed that it was always like that, like we asked why. Why don't you ever confirm stuff like that? And one of the answers we got was non-intervention. And like this was something that I did not discuss with my friend. She was channeling that and she was like, well, we can't just go directly and say something or do something. She described it as we float ideas into your ether or like your we float ideas and then hopefully someone gets it who's good. So the main takeaway you need to get from this is if you have an idea and you're sitting here thinking, should I go through with this? Is this going to change the world at all? Should I do it? Hell freaking yeah. Just freaking do it. Okay? Because you don't know if your idea might be the next best thing that could save this planet or like at least help nature, right? But if you're sitting here and just twiddling your thumbs, not doing anything about it, waiting for someone else to come through with it, who knows? It might be one of our billionaires who are, more interested in capitalism than making the world a better place that might take it. Or the person who's running Twitter right now, for example, right? It might go to like the wrong hand. So why not? Why not just go through with your idea? Okay. Because again, that's something that I do remember from those conversations. They would say things like, just we float ideas into your atmosphere or your ether to help you, but it's a matter of who takes it, which is what leads me to believe that maybe sometimes they won't appear to us or talk to us directly, but rather intuitively, we're still connected. Okay? But that's what I see here with those channelings. Some of them are true, some of them are not. Be careful. If you see something that's pretty common and pretty like, okay, straight across, everybody said the same thing, and it's not like a fear-based kind of thing, like, okay, yeah, possibly true. Use your discernment. Also, okay, I also had a question. Why now? Why did the government do this thing now? Because I'm more worried about that, if I'm being honest. Because I'm like, what's coming? And we kind of answered that question earlier, but I wonder if there's more. Sorry, I'm like burping. Why now? Why did the government do this now? This hearing now? Unleash the wild within. Yup. Mother Earth. That's like earthly. I told you, something about the earth is like not working so well. But that's also like not Earth, so aliens. Okay, yeah, so they're unleashing it, but why? Be the light. White witch, be the light is in reverse. What is their motivation for this hearing now? Incite uproar. This is retreat and recharge. It's in reverse. This is inciting uproar. Trade. This is again about a business deal, a contract, or something. The wise one. Grow within your current situation. None the wiser is what I heard. So to make people none the wiser about a certain situation that deals with a business deal, or like I'm also here. I also heard the word hearing. So again, I don't know. There has to be some form of like another deal, a trade, an exchange. Is there something else that's going on in like other countries that we're not paying attention to? Like, is someone meeting up with other world leaders and we're not paying attention to it? I suddenly saw the face of like China's president. So and actually Russia. So I wonder if there's something and I just saw 2222. So there's something like distracting us from other people making deals with other people. What's coming? trust, lack of trust. Sun is in reverse. This is like overheating, right? We're already going through like global boiling, essentially, not global warming. But this is something about the sun in reverse. The shaman is in reverse. This is like trust in higher forces. Oh, this is like a lack of trust in leadership. Okay. The mirror guardian, take time to reflect. So this is like, I think this was one of the motivations was an attempt. Y'all are not gonna like this. I'm gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist, but one of the attempts is to keep people in control because, this is about like global like overheating essentially. This is about lack of trust in our leadership power, and then the mirror guardian in reverse. The mirror is literally broken, and it's like I just see that as like we're seeing things now, like we're understanding things. Okay. Um, Yep, they're up in arms. They're very defensive right now. Getting people to care about the wrong thing is what I just heard also. Yep, the world. Yep. Are there like so it is true. I mean, this whole alien thing, if I'm being honest, this is like coming up as true. It is true, but it's like we're distracting things away from something that's much more important. Is there something about floods? Are floods rising in like another place? Show me. Um, I'm gonna get these wrong. I'm not very good with countries or anything like that. But do you guys know if there's like I think I heard Libya, um, but I could be wrong because I'm not very good with like geography. I need to practice that. Or possibly Kenya. But it could also just be like the rise in water somewhere. Is there a place right now where there's like a lot of floods? Can I be honest with you? That's what we need to worry about a lot more. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Wands. Can I tell you? So I'm asking for like what we can do, right? And this is about making sure that the right people are in power and not listening to people. I'm not trying to incite a riot or anything, but like this is the feeling of put your trust in the right people, okay? This generation, like I genuinely believe that we can change stuff. So put your trust in the right people because that's going to make every single difference matter, okay? This is like, these are the people in power. This is like no longer having confidence in them, no longer making the effort to put up with the systems that they've given us. Redirect your leadership and your belief to someone or somewhere else, and we might stand a chance with this. That's what I got for you guys. I know. We'll be fine. Okay? I'm not warning you of anything fucking crazy or anything. It's just this is the way it is. We need to do something different. We need to like figure our stuff out and focus on the right things. And I understand it's not always easy because we literally cannot stop thinking about things like money and rent and all that. But at the same time, you know, um, we still need to make sure that we're trying somehow. And I still believe it. Like I told my friends, and I've been telling my friends, we've all had the same feeling, which is like we know that like the world is shifting and it's still a little bit scary because we're not old, but we are kind of old and we don't know where it's going to be after quite some time. But I've always felt optimistic about it. Like, you know what? I'm seeing those changes, okay? 10 years ago, yes, we probably would have freaked out about all this, but 10 years, like now, right? We can talk to each other about things like this. And I mean, if I block the haters in the comment, if I don't respond to people, they're like always going to believe whatever they want to believe and not really be open-minded, then, I still have like the space to express this. And the fact that we have that is like a good change. The fact that there's been so much change when it comes to equality and all those other things is actually insane, given that years ago we couldn't conceive of a world like this. So I know it still sucks on so many levels, but we're getting somewhere. And I hope that's what you take away from this. Okay. I adore you. I love you. And I hope you're having a great day. And after this, you have homework. Okay. Because if you're feeling like me and if you're feeling like, okay, I feel really high. Oh my gosh, I didn't get to share my experiences. I think that'll have to be like a part two or something. But if you're feeling a little bit high, let me know if you want that. Okay, let's do that. Let me know if you want like a part two where we express whatever we channeled and whatever. But after this, go and touch some grass, go and ground your energy, listen to a grounding meditation. That'll be really good for you, especially if you're feeling the floaty feeling, because you need to ground that energy. And when I didn't ground that energy, I ended up being very paranoid the next day. And I was like seeing things in my mind that was really scary, but they weren't true. I was just like freaking out because the energy is like really weird when you go back down to earth. The way I could describe it is as if I've literally been outside of my body, and like when I crash into it, the sinking feeling of earth comes back, and it was insane. It was not good. So if you're feeling very like kind of high, or like feeling like, okay, I'm floaty brain feeling after this reading, go and ground your energy. All right. I told you what you needed to do. Don't tell me you didn't do it. But let me know what else you want me to do a reading on. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.